there's one note that you put in here, and I just want you to kind of wax poetic on this. Mm-hmm. Belichick needs to stop being a stage mom and let his boys play for once. Explain.
Yeah. So, and this, with the injury issues in the secondary, this might be a tough week to do it. But, I think that watching the Patriots this year, I think it's been obvious, certainly on the offensive side of the ball, that you look at it and they've just, when they've gone against teams that they think they're going to get pressure against or they might not match up well with up front, they just get scared to death, and you see the quick game and a bunch of screens. I mean, even against the freaking Arizona Cardinals, they're screening to death because, the Cardinals might blitz. I mean, this is professional football, okay? So we've seen it on the offensive side. It's been there throughout the year where they're just like, and it's obvious that they have concerns about the offensive line. And increasingly, it's been happening on defense. And I understand it's a little bit out of context or probably not germane to discussion because they have so many injury issues going on there. But here's the thing. Anybody that they're going to play this weekend, Jonathan Jones, Miles Bryant, Sean Wade even. This is a guy that they traded for, in the middle of camp 2 years ago. These guys have been here. These are professional football players that have been in your system that you've trained. And with every week, and this Bengals game only reinforced it. It's basically what I wrote my column on the other day about how they're short in the secondary. And it's obvious, just like the offense, how they game plan tells you they have zero confidence that they can run block or pass block well enough. Defensively, the way they've called these games against the better offenses, and I think they were headed down this road also with Kyler Murray before he got hurt against the Cardinals. I'm talking about the Bills and the Bengals. The Patriots just basically their game plan, and even I heard Chris Sims talk about this. I was listening to his podcast last night after I had written my column, and he sees the same thing, that, they just basically like sit back and they're just like, look, we can't compete. So we're just hoping to keep the score down, make you burn up enough clock. We're not going to press the issue on you at all. And we're just too afraid. And we're gonna coach scared. And I think they've been coaching scared all year. I think it's been part of the frustration with the players on both sides of the ball, especially the Bills game. I think that's what you heard a lot from the players, that they were down 17-7, yet they still stuck with the same game plan, which is let's not get blown out. They just didn't. They gave up trying to win the game. At least against the Bengals, you saw in the second half that they threw caution to the wind a little bit, especially offensively. They started to open it up, throw the ball down to Kendrick Bourne. Of course, it didn't really happen till the end of the third quarter, but whatever, it happened. And defensively, you look at what they did against the Bengals, the pick six that they had, guess what happened on that play, Nick? They actually sent a lot of pressure, and Kyle Duggar was right in Joe Burrow's face and forced him into a mistake. Depends on how you judge that. You could say that was just a quarterback and a wide receiver not being on the same page, but at least the Patriots forced the issue, and it contributed at least to them making a game-changing mistake. And so that has been – so I'm hoping that Bill Belichick, and I'm hoping the leaders on the team, when they speak to Belichick this week, I hope they go to him and they say, Bill, look, there's 2 games left in the season. We have to win out. You have Teddy Bridgewater on one side. Yes, they have good wide receivers, but it's Teddy Bridgewater. He's really a backup quarterback in this league. He might be one of the better ones. And then defensively, the Dolphins take risks like nobody's business against everybody. Josh Boyer, the former secondary coach here, blitzes all the time and stupidly. And it cost the Dolphins a game last week against the Packers. So, my wish is that for one time, and finally it's the next to last game of the season, that Bill says, you know what, guys, we're done trying to win this game as coaches. We're done trying to overinflate our importance. And we're just going to let you play. And we're gonna spread it out. We're gonna throw the ball. We're gonna let Mac do his thing. We might even go no huddle at times. On defense, we need to cover some things in the back end, but we have some smart zone coverages behind it. But up front, we're gonna do some corner blitzes, or we're gonna do some safety blitzes. We're gonna do some stuff. We're gonna throw some really nice plays out there that sort of let you strut your stuff. Because I think it's high time for that, and I think the players are tired of the way they've been playing. I think it's the root of it is that Belichick thinks that him and his coaches have to win the game, that the players can't win the game. And Bill just needs to get back to remembering what he used to say. Like, coaches lose game, players win game. Well, let the players loose. Take the leash off them. Let them go. Let them play. If they make mistakes, let them make them on their own. And just go for it. For once this season, I would love to see that.
Coaching scared has been prevalent with this team post Brady. Mm-hmm. And think back to, the Dallas game when they gave up the 4th and forever because of the coverage they chose. You go back to the Raiders game, 4th and 10, not sending any pass rush to try to get to Derek Carr to rattle him and allowing him some time to find Matt Collins one-on-one against Marcus Jones on the outside for that comeback route. It bleeds over to the decision-making by Belichick. I mean, how many times have we seen them near midfield or even in the plus side of the field, punt the football on 4th and short for just, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, you see some teams are way over aggressive, Brandon Staley, Chargers, others, but you're looking at a 4th and 1. He did it last week against Cincinnati. It was in their own territory, but he's looking at a 4th and 1. Cincinnati's offense at that point was roasting your defense. It looked like it was going to be a blowout. And I think they were around, I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head, I think they were around their own 40-ish
yard line.
Yeah,
it was at 39, I think.
Yeah, and it's a 4th and 1. And I think it might have even been shorter than 1, but it was marked as 4th and 1 on TV. And he punts the football. And, that kind of conservatism, I think, just it creeps into the team, and you have guys doubting everything. This is not a team that seems like they're flying around, playing free, a quarterback making calls at the line, doing what he wants to do. It's so structured and so conservative that the ceiling is so low. And I hope that changes, but I don't have much optimism.
Like they say, Nick, what do they say? What's the old saying? Scared money don't make money.
Yep.
And that's where they are at this point in the season. They haven't made much money. They're not even breaking even. Bill, just let it roll.